trust me. Like, you know?
Right, it's 4 in the morning, man. How you feeling?
3:54, so.
Brett is a perfectionist, and he's always looking for something better.
Oh my God, I fell asleep in that shot.
He has tremendous enthusiasm.
That's it, we got it!
And he is very persuasive.
You know how you went like this? That's the same thing that I'm telling you to do now. Less is more. Trust me, you're gonna thank me at the premiere.
See, he like put me on the spot because I bring the best out of me. Like Ali, Thriller, and Manila. The best come out of me when you put me into the wall, put my back to the wall, I'm gonna come out fighting.
Act like you're rich.
You saved it. You saved it again.
Once again, I saved the day.
Brett shoots an enormous amount of footage. Sifting through it is a real ordeal, but he always gets the shots. He always gets the performance.
Yeah, beautiful. Take 1 of 85.
One of Brett's great traits is flexibility. So he will listen to Chris, he'll listen to Jackie, he'll listen to everybody in the room, and he's something of a sponge, and he'll sort of be deciding what he wants best from listening to everybody else.
We close the door, okay?
He does have a vision, but he sort of incorporates everybody else's points of view into creating that vision.
Go in the other direction.
I don't stop until I get it. Or sometimes until I figure it out. I don't walk on and go, this is exactly what we're doing. You see me figuring it out. Oh, yes, oh, maybe, And then I've shot entire sequences and said, let's start over again. I don't say let's start over again because make everyone feel like we're never going to get the hell out of there. I just start over again.
Reaction.
Oh, like,
yeah, look
like
at
he's still following.
Yeah, and now watch what happens to him. Watch it.
It's not uncommon to shoot 40 takes of a given angle because Chris will come up with something new on every take. Now Jackie, on the other hand, he's pretty consistent because he's memorized his lines and he doesn't know how to ad-lib in English that much. So the challenge is to use the ad-lib lines from Chris against the scripted words from Jackie. And we get some pretty funny results that way.
With Chris, you know what, it's so funny because I thought it was gonna be even more difficult. Like I thought, you know what, he's a comedian, so he's gonna just improv the whole time, he's gonna change the whole thing. What am I gonna do? My lines are learned. I went to my speech coach.
A good example of Chris ad-libbing until he nails it is the scene right after he accidentally axes Huli and he stands over and says, "We could have been a good couple."
At this point, I really wanted to get something strong for Chris to say to Zhang Ziyi, who was the villain in the movie, and there wasn't really anything written. And Chris is very careful about insulting anybody. He doesn't want to insult women, he doesn't want to insult Asians, so he's always questioning how far we could go. And he didn't want to call her a bitch.
Get up! You want some more? Get up! We could have had some beautiful kids. But you're crazy as hell. You got a serious attitude problem. I told you about messing with me, didn't I? Huh? But you didn't want to listen. Didn't I tell you about messing with me? Now look at you now. Look at you now, man.
He did like 20 different takes. You know, he was holding back, in my opinion. And I went up to him and I said, Chris, you gotta call her a bitch.
She killed people with bombs, and he called her a bitch. He tried to kill her.
That sounds like Eddie Murphy.
A bitch is in the Bible. Just once. No. It's a good word.
She doesn't even know what the word means. Trust me. I said, all right, I'll do it one time, just one time. It took me hours and hours and hours, and he finally said it, and it was the best take.
We could have been a good couple. We could have had something special. But you one crazy ass bitch. You one crazy ass bitch. I'll kick your ass.
His enthusiasm is contagious, and his energy is contagious. So I go home with a need to write.
Cut.
I think Brett Ratner is a lucky boy, and also he's a very talented.
Vegas? Vegas? Yeah. Vegas. But you gotta do it looking at that hotel. And then
you think about my character, you should not say this dialogue because it's not you, it's not Lee.
We're here on our first day of location scouting for Rush Hour 2. I love this building. Isn't that amazing? And look at the view. the best we've seen yet. I want the feeling of like a 10,000 light bulbs. There'll be limousines and Ferraris and Bentleys and all. I want to get real dealers, all Asian. That's fine. There's going to be a line of soldiers all the way down to those cars. This room should be filled with the entire room with cats. That's exactly what I want.
What a director has to have to be a director is a point of view. And what makes a great director is a director who has taste.
He starts to walk, we swing around, boom.
Sometimes I know exactly what I want, and I have the vision in my head, and I can tell my designer. But a lot of the times, really, it's not until I see it. I looked at tons of casinos. I looked at hundreds of different options or ideas, and then I walked into the desert and I said, this is the place. And the same thing while walking down the street in Hong Kong, I'm not only looking at where the scene's going to take place, but I'm looking at what's going on in the background. Sometimes it's the faces in the scene, you know, the people that actually work there that I said, oh, we'll use these people.
That guy was great, you know?
And it's just instincts. It's something that when I see, I know if it's going to work or not. It's not right or wrong. It's just a choice. But it's my choice, and that's what makes it a Brett Ratner film.
So you're in the truck driving through Las Vegas.
My secret, I think, is that I surround myself with the best people. And I learn from people. That's why I don't hire like the young, hot music video cinematographer. I hire the old school guy who shot 30 or 40 movies. And that's why you say, how are you so relaxed or so easygoing? Because I have amazing geniuses around me.
It's such a big movie, and there's so many people involved, and a lot of things, a lot of money involved. You know what I mean? And people can go crazy because of that, and the studio, and the writers, and the producers.
It's a pressure cooker at times, and it gets to everybody in every department at some point or another. But Brett's pretty consistent. He's the kind of guy at the end of the day will walk around and thank everybody on the set, right down the craft service guy, for the job they did for him that day.
Tonight, because you guys did such a good job the past 3 days, Brett Ratner is inviting all the Jackie Chan stuntmen to Mr. Chow's for dinner. Tonight?
They're going to Hong Kong tonight.
Oh, see you later.
I think Brett is a character, and he's young and super energetic, and 24/7 he's on. But he is very intelligent. He doesn't miss a beat. It's a gift, you know. His mind is divided in 20 things, but he knows what's going on.
When you're working with Brett, you know, he goes at things again and again and again, and he keeps chipping away at little things that he kind of doesn't like until he comes to the root, what he's really looking for. I think it was Michelangelo that was credited with, you know, how can you carve that beautiful horse out of that hunk of ivory? And he said, it's simple. I just take away everything that doesn't look like a horse. And I think someplace in there, you know, Brett Ratner's mind is working on that.